Most people are voluntarily signing their own financial death warrant while still smiling. You think you are buying comfort, but in reality, you are buying a golden chain. Warren Buffett didn't get rich just by being good at picking stocks. He got rich because he knew what absolutely not to touch. You walk into any Walmart or Dollar General on any street corner in America. You will see a pattern repeated to a terrifying and heartbreaking degree. Those who can least afford to waste money are the ones lining up to buy things that keep them poor. I'm not talking about a good meal or an occasional shopping slip-up to reward yourself. I am talking about 7 specific things that create an extremely cruel cycle of poverty. It is so predictable that if you stop buying them, you will change the entire trajectory of your life. I have observed this over decades through actual numbers and data. I see families stuck in a financial quagmire year after year. And when looking closely at their shopping carts, closets, or garages, these 7 things always appear. What outrages me is that no one teaches them why these choices are toxic. So, today I will tell you exactly what those 7 things are and why. I will show you why they are financial poison and what you should do differently. Let's start with a lesson that Warren Buffett's father taught him during the Great Depression. This lesson has generated more money than any investment strategy or business deal. The difference between a poor mindset and a rich mindset does not lie in the amount of money you have. It lies in how you treat every single dollar that comes into your hands. The poor mindset says, I have money today, so I will spend it today. The rich mindset says, I have money today, I will make it work for me tomorrow. The 7 things I am about to point out to you are all symptoms of a poor mindset. The good news is that a mindset is something that can be changed right here, right now. After watching this video, you will look at those items with completely different eyes. You will understand why they are traps, and you will know exactly what to do. First, and also the most devastating asset destroyer, brand new cars. This is a silent killer for the low to middle income community. Someone just gets a stable job with a salary of around $50,000 a year. The first thing they do is go straight to the dealership and sign for a $35,000 car. They accept a 6 or 7 year loan with interest rates up to 8 or 10%. Let me analyze why this is an act of financial suicide. A new car loses about 20% of its value the moment you drive it off the lot. Not 20% after a year, but 20% of its value on the very first day you own it. You just paid $35,000 for something that is now actually only worth $28,000. You have already lost $7,000 before you even have time to make the first installment payment. Over the next 5 years, that car will lose an additional 40 to 50% of its actual value. So, your $35,000 car is only worth about $15,000 after 5 years. But you are still struggling to pay off a loan that totals over $40,000. That is the price to pay when you factor in the monthly accumulated interest. On the other side of the battle line, truly rich people do something completely opposite. They buy used cars that are 2 to 4 years old to optimize costs. They let someone else take that horrific 20% depreciation loss on the first day instead of themselves. A 3-year-old Honda Accord can be nearly $15,000 cheaper than a new one. It still works extremely well, is reliable, and you have just saved a fortune. If you take that $15,000 savings and invest it at an average interest rate of 10% per year, after 30 years, that money will turn into more than $260,000 in your retirement account. You just traded that new car smell for $250,000 for your old age. I am currently driving a 2014 Cadillac that I bought as a used car. It gets me where I need to go. It is comfortable, it is safe, and extremely reliable. Every time I get into the car, I don't think about a $600 a month installment that I don't have. I think about how that money is multiplying and growing in an investment portfolio. That is exactly the difference between looking rich and actually becoming rich. The second thing you must stop immediately is lottery tickets and scratch cards. The lottery is essentially a tax on people who cannot do the math. This is not sarcasm. This is a naked, mathematical reality. The odds of winning the Powerball jackpot are about 1 in 292 million, a figure that is almost unimaginable. You are more likely to be struck by lightning twice than you are to hold the jackpot ticket. The odds of winning any small prize are 1 in 4, but the prize is often lower than the ticket price. What breaks my heart is that poor families spend up to 5% of their income on this. A household earning $30,000 a year typically spends about $125 a month on lottery tickets. If you take that $125 and invest it in an S&P 500 index fund at 10% interest per year, after 30 years, they would have over $270,000 in cash, certainly in their pocket. You are throwing away an entire retirement fund just to buy a fantasy of getting rich quick. The lottery preys on the hope of people who are stuck and find no financial way out. I understand that when you are broke, spending $5 on a dream of changing your life sounds reasonable. But the truth is, hope is never considered a wise financial strategy. The way to escape poverty is not through luck, but through discipline. Wealth comes from consistency and making money work for you instead of throwing it away. If you are spending money on lottery tickets, I ask you to stop right now, today. Take that money and open an individual retirement account or buy an index fund. Watch it grow over time. That is the lottery ticket that guarantees you a win. Remember, the opportunity cost mental model. Every dollar you spend on something worthless is a dollar you take away from your own future of freedom and wealth. Warren Buffett said, "Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving." Third, on Warren Buffett's blacklist is a type of business he calls financial predators, payday loans, and cash advance services. These services are actually a trap designed to keep you in a debt loop forever. Need $500 today to pay rent? They will ask you to sign a $575 check for them to hold until your next paycheck in 2 weeks. A $75 fee for a 2-week loan sounds small, but do the math with me. This fee is equivalent to an annual interest rate of up to 390%. Credit cards are expensive enough at 20%, but payday loans are 20 times worse than that figure. And here is the trap. 2 weeks later, you still don't have that $500 because you are already living hand to mouth. So, you pay another $75 to extend the loan, and the loop continues. Before you know it, you've paid $300 in fees for a principal loan of only $500 and still haven't paid off the debt. According to data from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB, more than 80% of payday loans are rolled over or reborrowed within 14 days. To explain the root of why we fall into this trap, let's get acquainted with a psychological theory called present bias. The human brain is programmed to value immediate rewards more than future benefits. The fear of not being able to pay the electric bill today is greater than the fear of having to pay a 390% interest rate a year from now. Payday lenders know this very well, and they build their entire business model based on your desperation. I know what you're thinking. But Tony, my car is broken. Rent is due. What should I do? Here is the solution framework for emergency situations. Step 1. Call your landlord or the electric company to request an extension or set up a payment plan. Most of them will agree because they would rather receive the money than have to evict you or cut the power. Step 2. Ask your employer if they can provide a salary advance. And Step 3. If you're already stuck in a payday loan loop, stop repaying immediately and accept facing the consequences. Being pursued by debt collectors may affect your credit score, but paying a 390% interest rate for a lifetime will completely ruin your future. Moving on to the fourth, rent-to-own furniture and electronics. This is one of the most sophisticated asset traps because it wears the mask of being affordable. You walk into a store and see a magnificent leather sofa for only $69 a month, or a large screen TV for only $39 a month. It feels like a bargain until you carefully read the fine print in the contract. You pay $69 a month for that sofa for 72 months. That is 6 long years. The total amount you have to pay is nearly $5,000 for a sofa that has a retail price of only about $1,200 if purchased outright. You are paying 4 times the actual value of the item just because you cannot pay cash immediately. The rent-to-own industry earns billions of dollars each year by targeting people with low credit scores. They count on you only looking at the monthly payment instead of the actual total cost. Instead of enriching those shop owners, apply the mental model. The utility focus. The utility of a sofa is for sitting, not for showing off. Look for used items on Facebook Marketplace or secondhand thrift stores. You can furnish your entire apartment for just $500 if you are patient enough. Maybe it's not perfect, maybe it's not new, but it's yours. You don't have to pay installments, don't have to worry about interest rates, and most importantly, you are stopping the act of making yourself poor. Fifth is insurance and extended warranties for small items. Every time you buy a laptop at Best Buy or a phone on Amazon, they always try to sell you an insurance package. Phone insurance for $11 a month, or a $200 laptop protection plan for 3 years. It sounds reasonable to prevent risk, but look at the actual data. Most manufacturers already provide a free warranty for the first year. Many credit cards in the US also automatically extend the warranty for an additional year if you use the card to make the purchase, meaning you are spending $200 just to buy 1 extra year of actual insurance after the free warranties expire. Statistics show that electronics usually fail within the first 90 days, returnable, exchangeable, or will endure past the 3-year mark. You are buying insurance for an incident that statistically occurs very rarely. $11 a month for phone insurance is equivalent to $132 a year. If the phone breaks, you still have to pay an additional deductible of about $100 to $200. In total, you could spend nearly $500 over 3 years just to insure an $800 phone. A smarter way to do this is to apply the self-insurance strategy. Take that $11 each month and put it into a separate savings account. If your phone breaks, you use that exact money to repair or buy a new one. If it doesn't break, you still keep that money in your pocket instead of giving it to insurance companies. Warren Buffett only insures things that could cause a true financial disaster: your home, your health, and your life if there are people dependent on your income. Everything else, from headphones to a washing machine, insure yourself through your own savings discipline. Don't let these small expenses erode your ability to accumulate wealth bit by bit each month. When you eliminate payday loans, stop buying things on installments, and refuse useless warranty packages, you are starting to control your cash flow. You are shifting from the position of a prey to the position of a predator in the financial market. In the next part, we will talk about the 6th and 7th items, the quietest, most insidious costs that are draining your money every day without you even knowing. 6th on this blacklist is something that almost every home in America has, but few realize it's leaking their money: premium cable packages and too many streaming services. I know people earning $35,000 a year, but spending up to $200 a month on cable, internet, and 5 different streaming services. $200 a month sounds like a small amount for entertainment after a stressful workday. But look at the actual figures. $200 a month is $2,400 a year. If you invest that money at a 10% interest rate, after 10 years, you will have more than $40,000. You are trading $40,000 in the future, just for the privilege of watching movies that you can even borrow for free at the library. The truth about the entertainment industry is that you don't need it all. You only need a small part. Apply the subscription rotation strategy. Subscribe to one service, watch everything you like for 3 months, then cancel it and switch to another service. Netflix this month, Hulu next month. Those movies will still be there when you return, but your money won't. Don't let advertisements about a complete entertainment experience deceive you. Truly rich people don't spend time watching other people's lives on a screen. They spend time building their own lives. You deserve financial security, a solid retirement fund, and the ability to handle emergency situations without panicking. Those things don't come from cable TV. They come from the hard choices about where your money goes. And now we come to the 7th item, the most dangerous one because it wears a mask of being harmless. Fast food and items at convenience stores. This is the thing that drains your money faster than anything else on this list. $5 for a cup of coffee, $8 for a pack of cigarettes, $12 for a quick office lunch. It doesn't feel like a large expense, but it adds up exponentially. The average American spends about $3,600 a year on eating out and takeout. For a low-income family, this figure might be lower, but even $1,500 a year is a car payment, a health insurance plan, or a vital contribution to a retirement account. I'm not telling you never to eat out. I'm telling you to spend intentionally. Buying lunch every day at $10 costs you $200 a month. Preparing lunch at home yourself, even with the simplest dishes, only costs you about $50 for groceries. You've just saved $150 a month. Do that for 10 years and invest it, and you will have more than $30,000. Just from bringing your lunch to work. The same thing happens at convenience stores. A bottle of soda there costs $2.5, while the same kind bought at the supermarket in a 12-pack only costs 60 cents per bottle. You are paying 4 times the money just for a few minutes of convenience. A $3.5 bag of chips at a gas station costs only $1 at Walmart. Every time you choose momentary convenience, you are choosing to stay in poverty. All 7 of these items have one thing in common. They rely on instant gratification. This is the psychological root that prevents you from becoming wealthy. A poor mindset is a short-term mindset, how to feel okay right now. A rich mindset is a long-term mindset, how to be free in the next 10-20 years. Warren Buffett doesn't ask, "Do I have enough money to buy this now?" He asks, "How much money will this item take away from me in the future?" A new car doesn't cost $35,000. It costs $260,000 in lost investment profit. A Starbucks coffee is not $5. It is $30,000 after 10 years. When you start looking at everything through the lens of opportunity cost, your entire relationship with money will change forever. Here is your step-by-step action plan, solution framework. Step 1. Look at your life right now and identify which of these 7 things you are buying. Be honest with yourself and write them down on paper. Step 2. Check your bank statements for the past 3 months. Add it all up to know the actual figure you are paying annually. Step 3. Cut out just one thing this week. Choose the easiest one, perhaps the lottery or a streaming service. Take the money saved and set up an automatic transfer to an investment account or a high-interest savings account on the day you receive your salary. Don't wait until the end of the month. Pay yourself first. After 3 months, cut out the next item on the list. You don't need to do everything at once, but you absolutely must start today. Wealth is not built by suddenly earning massive amounts of money. It is built by keeping more of what you make and making it work for you. The gap between the rich and the poor is actually just a chain of small decisions repeated over decades. Discipline is a choice you make every day with every single dollar in your hand. You are not just choosing to save $5 on a cup of coffee. You are choosing your own future. The winners in the money game are not necessarily the smartest or those who earn the most. They are the most disciplined. Save this video and watch it again after 6 months to know where you are on your journey. Your homework: choose a single thing on this list that you will stop buying this week. Write it down in the comments below to commit to yourself. Every time you're about to swipe your card for that item, remember that you are choosing future freedom over present satisfaction. Make the right choice. I am Tony from Tony Invests Wealth, and this is the path that leads you to sustainable prosperity. See you in the next lessons.